Good morning, crypto land. Good morning, Tim. Good morning, Lars. Good morning, Stephen. Good morning, Marco. Good morning, Justin. And good morning, Rose. It's a great day. Man, did we pump last night? I wasn't looking at anything, and then all of a sudden, Ethereum's at like 4,100 and change, and now it's definitely at the change portion. Wow. And MATIC spent all day pushing around $1, which was amazing. Isn't it amazing to make money? Maybe a more dramatic opening, like, Are you telling me I need to go, Guys, click that like button if you can. Also, please do hit that. I've got fun graphics now. Hit subscribe. Look at that. Okay, I'm total dork. I'm a total nerd. Yeah. So it's amazing. Things are amazing. We're doing amazing. Praise be the Bitcoin gods. Just to get it out of the way. Oh, Crypto. Guys, I am so constipated right now. I've seen in the Bitcoin charts I will do a doogie. That guy is annoying. I mean, he's got a lot of energy. I love him to death, but it's like, dude, chill out, relax. It's okay. I am the Crypto Apostle, also known as Silas, in the DexStrats forum. This is a channel which is live streamed 4 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which I believe is 2 p.m. UTC, which a lot more people know UTC. We are a community of algorithmic bot traders dedicated to the DexStrats strategies. You can find all the links down below in the description of the video. I am not a financial advisor. I cannot provide you financial advice. With that out of the way, how is everyone? I hope everyone's doing well. Hey, JD, hope you are doing fantastic. Yeah, Crypto. I really, guys. I do a doogie. I'm terrible. I'm really terrible. Saw this one. Pompliano, really great guy to follow over on Twitter, tweeted out Tyson, the nearly $30 billion food supplier here in America, does a lot of chicken. Raised its prices by an average of 8% last quarter. No inflation, right? Nope, no inflation here. Not going to be any inflation. Should I wait for a dip or buy Ethereum now? You know, that's up to you, man. Abdur, to be honest, and we can look right over there at the Ethereum chart. It is parabolic. Yeah, at this point, it's parabolic. That's up to you. Just be warned that if you buy in at this moment and it corrects, you're going to be holding for a bit. And it will probably correct at some point. It's straight up parabolic, man. The current predictions of how high it's going to go are around 10K this market. That's what I've been seeing tossed around the interwebs quite a bit, is about 10K. So if you are willing to buy in now, take the correction down to 3,500. I mean, at this point, like, even support, if we were going to do a fib support and say swing low, which is about there, to swing high, we might come back down and test the... Yeah, right. I doubt that. I doubt we're going to test 2,800. We may come down and test a bit. But be fair warned, it is parabolic at this point. That is a parabolic chart. So, you know, you do you. He just said he's not a financial advisor. I know, right, Jake? I mean, come on. Hey, thank you for participating. That's all I can say. Percent in profit equals 100% equals correction. Yeah, we are at an all-time high, which means we are 100% in profit, which means that there will be a correction down. How far that is, we shall see. There are a lot of levels right now. Listen, if you've got Ethereum, just, you know, take profits when you feel fit to take profits. Don't get too greedy. Greed doesn't lead to anything. But yeah, Ethereum dominance is even creeping up. We are nearly 20% Ethereum dominance. And the last time we have been up like that high was flashback to 2018. May of 2018, we were that high in dominance. So, and Bitcoin dominance is way down towards, December of 2017 levels. Yikes. But hey, I think Ethereum dominance will keep creeping up. You know, we could see some pretty high points today. I mean, geez Louise. What did we do yesterday? We did a 30% pump yesterday? Holy cow. Holy righteous cow. We've been having a spirited discussion on HODL versus DEX on Discord. As I personally do, and I will tell you what I personally do, I personally HODL over 50% of my portfolio because the market is a very long market, and I am young enough where I can afford to retire in 5 to 10 years. So I HODL. I HODL quite a bit. Now, they do say proper portfolio design is 50, 25, 25. So 50% of your money should be in your long HODL holds. 25% should be in your mid-caps. Mid-caps being your Ethereums, your Cardanos, your Litecoins, and such. And outside of that, 25% should be in like small caps, or you can play with it. I play with it. And that's that you got to do you though, because all of us have a different strategy. We all have a different idea of what we want to do with our lives. I hear two different phrases being thrown around. One of them is life-changing wealth, and one of them is wife-changing wealth. And if your wife is listening right now, I apologize. Yeah. So that's up to you. What do you want it to be, and what is your risk tolerance? If you are someone who wants to tolerate a load of risk and you want to trade with everything, I wouldn't do it myself, but I'm sure there are people who do it. Does that account for DCA, the last 25%? So when you're doing your trading account specifically, we recommend that your trading account should be around 40% trading, 60% trading, 40% DCA. Our DCA recommendations are between 20 and 40%. So you're either trading with 60 to 80%, or you get the point. DCA should be about 20 to 40% of your account. A lot of people prefer 40%, and I do know there are a couple of people who use as much as 60% for holding for DCA, who are fairly aggressive and like to be out of those dips fast, but I promise you, I don't think it improves getting out of the dips much fast at all. And my ticker on the top of my screen has just grayed out, which means the market is going bananas. It only grays out when the market goes bananas and it can't pull price data anymore. Ethereum's just nuts. I hope that kind of explains your question there. It really, again, you have to understand your own specific risk tolerance. If you're someone who does not tolerate a lot of risk, then you're going to want to have a lot more dollar cost average set aside. That is your DCA, dollar cost average, set aside to help you out of your bags. But honestly, if the market's moving sideways and it's not doing 4%, 5% moves, then you're just not going to get out of those bags much faster anyways. So that's just me. I usually hold bags for between 4 and 5 weeks between pump, pamp it ups. And then I'll do like a week or two that are really stellar and fantastic, pull the profits off. I skim the profits off. Anytime the account is over X over my trading account level, that goes off into a side, and I throw that into a long-term HODL, because long-term HODL is what this is about. If you've got diamond hands, as much as I don't like dodgy coin, if you've got diamond hands, it may pump again. It may pump again this market. It may pump again next market. I don't touch it. I have so many other things that blow my mind at the moment, like Ethereum doing 30% pumps in one day. That is a nasty candle. That thing is like a cliff to fall off of. And it could do another one of those today. That's the thing about the crypto market. You could do 30% a day for a couple of days in a row. And that is Ethereum doing that. And Ethereum has been front-running Bitcoin this market. So this is indicating that there's a lot of money in Ethereum, which is generally the more educated investors. And that money will then float from Ethereum back into Bitcoin. And that should fire up the Bitcoin run later this week. So, yeah. And lose. Thanks and lose. Loss. Lose. All right, Jake. Thank you, Jake. Thank you for being involved. That's what we do. This is great. I love talking to people. So, yeah, we're doing great. Cardano pumped up, basically $1.80, made some all-time highs right up in the $1.80 zone. Fantastic. MATIC also. Holy cow, MATIC. MATIC just goes nuts. That's why I like my weekly charts. All right, daily charts. There we go. There's a nice daily chart. I was looking at the weekly. So it was 30% in a week. Yeah, it does that. Okay. I'm going crazy, man. I haven't had nearly enough coffee today. Are you guys drinking coffee? I'm drinking coffee. I'm on like my third giant cup of coffee. Late night last night. Working away. MATIC popped up over $1. Looking fantastic, man. That is doing good. Am I on my Hike and Ashies? Hike and Ashies look so much more beautiful. There we go. Looking gorgeous. Yeah, so we went over dominance. Ethereum dominance is pumping up. Looking great. So, CME gap, which I got to flip candles again. We did fill one of the gaps. This was a gap that we were looking to fill. That is filled now. And the gap has changed. We now have a very small gap still, and this is between literally 60 and about, yeah, basically 60 and change. We got a $500 gap there that still needs to be filled from April 9th, the weekend of April 9th, that needs to be filled. And that should fill shortly. Once that's filled, pump it up. Litecoin doing Litecoin's thing, which is also pamping. Things are really pamping around, so we should be excited. Guys, we are in a $2.4 trillion market. We pumped all the way up to $2.5 trillion this weekend. This thing ain't going away. This thing ain't going away at all. Total 2, which is the market minus Bitcoin, of course, is way up there. $1.3 trillion market. Outside of Bitcoin, $1.3 trillion. Thinking about 1 trillion, let alone heading into the multiple trillions, is amazing. And where we are really aiming right now, this market, is to overtake gold. Gold is a $10 trillion market cap. If we head all the way up towards $10 trillion, we will be overtaking gold this market. And from there, we're going towards the M1 money supply, which is another multi-trillion-dollar market that we will be eating. Like that old game that you used to play, we will be eating it. Nom, 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 eating the market caps of every single one of these things because they are all weak. They are all fiat currencies, and they are all weak. Coinbase, which is, again, trading today, is down and lagging. I don't even know why. It's just such a power move, why they would just do some sort of a direct listing because they want more fiat. Good for them. A couple of the alts. Anchor is trading sideways. File is trading sideways. Anchor is trading sideways and up-ish. This is a nice consolidation pattern. Filecoin is also consolidating. It's doing kind of a wedge format here. We've got our wedgie, and I've got stuff in the way. I got to work on this. We are doing our nice little wedgie here. We did kind of pop out of it briefly, but as long as we don't fall below this line too far, I think that file will probably also be on its way up sometime soon. Always got to save those charts. Dr. Kleiner, I just tuned in. What did you say about Bitcoin closing the CMA gap when PAMP? Bitcoin, we are over here. If you are looking at your charts, you can pull that up on the futures charts. BTCK 2021 is the May chart. We did close the gap from about 2 weeks ago. there was a gap, I think it was 19th of April, that we were holding on to that started right around 59,000. We've got about $500 more here to close. That's from about 60 to 6,500. You know, honestly, these things are ridiculous. They really shouldn't have any bearance on the market itself because, frankly, CME is paper-traded Bitcoin. It's not actually traded Bitcoin. These things are not settled Bitcoin. You don't get Bitcoin at the end of the day. It's paper trading. I can't. But hey, on the positive note, they are doing micro futures now over on CME, and they did not really negatively affect the price. Last time when they released futures, there was a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. FUD, as we like to acronymize it. I'm creating a new word, acronymize. Say that 12 times fast. Yeah. FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. There were a lot of people, they FUDded on that one, and the price went down. Yay. It always does that. Trade on the trend, sell on the news, i.e. Doge over the weekend, which was buy on the trend, sell on the news. Tim K, new word, acronymize. It's just ridiculous. I must have read too much Shakespeare in college. That's what I get for my acting degree. Yeah, Litecoin, what do we go over? XLM has been looking pretty nice. I think that's, on the monthly, 4 hour, 1 hour, looking great. I mean, overall, we're doing good. If you have positions that are looking red right now, there should be no fear about this because obviously you've had some sells over the last 12 hours. And we'll definitely have some more sells. The market is waking up. That money in Ethereum is going to come out of Ethereum, and it's going to flood into other portions of the market, other altcoins. There are going to be people who are in Ethereum who say, listen, MATIC looks like it's moving really good. It's $1. I can get 3,000 of those, 4,000 of those right now for the money I've got into Bitcoin. I think that MATIC's going to start skyrocketing, and then they'll move it. The money will move. It will flood out of Ethereum and into other things over the course probably of the next couple of days as everyone is in profits. We love profits. We love profits. So yeah, that's looking great. Our ASOPR, which they are talking about a lot of the news, this is what is referred to as the adjusted supply output profit ratio. I am probably murdering that. I think it is supply output profit ratio. Anyways, when it dips below 1 is generally at about the time things are getting fired up in the market. You can see over here, September, it dipped below 1, and the market was just getting ready to go, and boom, skyrockets right up. We had our correction when we hit 57,000, and at that point, we did a pop under 1. That's what took us up over 260. We just recently, in the last couple of days, back on April 23rd, popped below 1 again. We've been trailing down, and so this is really showing us that we've got a lot of momentum that's going to be pushing us up. It's going to happen. It's going to happen pretty soon. Exchange balance, which a lot of people are talking about, is headed down again. It's headed way down. Coinbase looks like a stepladder. And this is when you're really talking about the value of Bitcoin. There's only 21 million of them. Likely only 16 million ever are going to be in circulation. There's only enough Bitcoin now in circulation for every millionaire to have 0.05, also known as 5 million Satoshis. That's it. Time to get those Satoshis because they're going to be worth so much. That's going to be a supply squeeze. We're going to be seeing that. Institutions are generally doing their buying, and every time one of these big chunks comes out of their supply on Coinbase, you can always expect that someone did a major buy, took that off, put it into a custodial account. They're going to be holding it for a long time. That's just the way it is. Our fear, greed, and all that fun index, our net unrealized profit loss, which we look at for emotions, we're doing great. We're in belief. People believe this market is going somewhere. We're not anywhere close to euphoria. We've got a lot of headroom to go. It's fantastic. We love it. Yeah. We don't even need to look at longs or short liquidations. I haven't heard anything crazy about long-short liquidations coming up this week, but reminder, we are at middle of the month this Friday, which means generally there are some liquidations going on. But I believe our next big liquidations aren't until June, if I remember from everything I've been hearing from all the different people who love to talk about these things. If you're trading longs and shorts, don't do it. You're just looking to get wrecked. The whales like wrecking you. Gosh, I need the coffee. All right. Yeah, things are looking great. Outside of that, I got some great bookmarks. Binance suspended all the withdrawals temporarily. That happened about 2 hours ago. Just a reminder, guys, if you are on an exchange, they can suspend their withdrawals. Do not keep a lot of money on the exchange. Do not keep a lot of Bitcoin on the exchange. If you've got things you can put in a hardware wallet, in a phone-based wallet, get it off the exchange as soon as possible, because these exchanges may eventually just say, no, you can't take it off. And at that point, you may not actually be really trading Bitcoin. You may be just trading paper. Yeah. They've done it before. Coinbase got in trouble for wash trading. Litecoin, in fact. And some of their buy walls look very suspicious. They put up these walls periodically to keep the price contained. And they look very suspiciously like round numbers. Anyways, UBS is offering investments to its wealthy customers. Bitcoin investments. That's right. If you're rich, you can now buy Bitcoin through the banks. Cute. Really cute. Well, if you don't have a $20 million investment account, get a Coinbase. Buy more than they want you to have, and then you'll have more than $20 million. Anywho, yeah, as we just covered, Bitcoin Archive tweeted out, Bitcoin profit ratio bounced off the bottom. This is usually followed by significant gains, but how much this time? How much? There's really no way of predicting exactly how much. A lot of people use Fibonacci's. I just try to use reality. The reality is we're going to get over 60, but the question is, will it be between 70 and 80? I don't think really much above 80. I think that we will, of course, correct again. I think we still have one or two more 20% or so corrections left in this bull cycle. We're not that far through. We're really not that far through. We're only, and I just totally screwed that up, stock to flow X model, which is my favorite to look at. We're only about halfway through the bull cycle right now. As you can see, the days since halving, similar. We're only about halfway through. Yep. Isn't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? And according to Stock to Flow X, we should be snapping up and around the $100,000 zone at some point shortly. Stock to Flow X is the newer model. It is based around not just gold, which the original one was, but is also based around grabbing the M1 money supply and also then eating all sorts of markets past that, because there's a $40 quadrillion derivatives market that Ethereum is aiming at. Stock to flow also, the original stock to flow model has us hitting 100,000 this market. So today, as of today, it says we should actually be right at about $100,000. So if we snap up close, if we snap up onto, there will definitely, if we snap up to $100,000 in the next couple of weeks, there will most definitely be a rockin' correction. And our rockin' corrections, this market had been 30%. Last market's rockin' corrections were closer to 50, 60, 70, 80%. It doesn't correct as much this time around. It's not as exciting as it used to be. This market used to be totally exciting and volatile. It's so stable now. As everyone goes and grabs their barf buckets. Yeah, so we're looking great. I mean, we're only halfway through. We've got, as you can see over here, about the same point. We did a huge snap up. We did a giant correction, another snap up, giant correction, and then we did a parabolic move. So I think we're at the point where we're about to do two more major snap ups, two giant corrections, and then the parabolic move that takes us up towards the 350 zone. New safe haven. Yes, I know, right? Well, only 20% corrections. It's the new safe haven. Hey, when you're dealing with 20% inflation, why not, Marco? Why not? Yeah, looking great. Saw some fun tweets this weekend. These are great. I love these. As if this is your first tweet after you assassinated Doge and sacrificed us all. You've destroyed your reputation. I can't see you building back trust after this. I love Doge people. I was thinking of buying a car for myself and I didn't have enough money. I trusted you. I got into Dogecoins, so I don't have enough money to think about buying a car anymore. This is what happens when you buy weak money. It's not even money. It's a meme. When you buy a joke, the joke's on you. Ha ha. What about the Dogecoin? I'm still in huge loss. Please pump it once. What the? People. Seriously. Elon Musk doesn't care about you. He just cares about his bottom line. He's having a joke on you. The joke's at your expense. For Pete's sakes. Yeah. Thanks, Robinhood, for not executing. This is what you get for being on Robinhood. Crying out loud. Crying out loud. These people are insane. And pomp. I do love a Pompliano. We live in the 21st century, but the financial institutions that hold our dollars, stocks, and bonds are all closed on weekends. No wonder Silicon Valley is disrupting Wall Street. Huh? Steve Vaughn says, I watched it live at the start of SNL go from 71 cents to 46 cents in less than 60 seconds. Yeah, there were some people that had predicted that if he didn't talk about it within the first, 2 minutes of his monologue, that it was expected to have a tremendous drop. At least that's what I remember it going down to. Maybe it wasn't that much. It was that much. No, I'm pretty sure it was about that much. Hike and Ashies are not on. That went from 73 cents, and that is a 4 hours. So it went from 73 to 63, and it bounced off 41 cents over the course of the last day. It went down, not all the way down right away, but it went down. Yeah, this is what you get. It's weak money. Weak government money has flowed into weak joke money, which will hopefully be flowing into strong Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Litecoin, and the rest that actually have use cases. What can you do? What can you say? You can't change these people. You cannot proselytize and convert them over. You will be the one on the losing end of the stick if you try to proselytize one of these people. Because if that does another pump and it pumps up to $1, then they're going to be telling you, you didn't know it was going to do this. I could have had so much more money. I could have bought my F-150 Ford pickup truck. I have a friend who's actually saving his Doge to do that. And it's like, bro, it's not about what's going to happen in the next 3 months. It's about what's going to happen in the next 5 years, 10 years. You could buy a pickup truck. That's great. But hey, dude, 10 years, you could just retire to an island. Put it in real money. Hold it, hodl it, whatever you want to do. I can't. I can't anymore. Not anymore. Anywho, yeah, so we want to look at some poop coins? Huh? Who's got some poop coins we're going to look at? We're going to laugh at some poop coins? What have we been looking at recently? I think one of the recent ones we were looking at was Raven. Raven was a fun little poop coin. How are we doing on Raven? Raven came out of its nasty little down and started going sideways again. That's not a bad sideways. Hey, it's out of the trend. Is that still going down, down, down? It's going sideways, sideways, sideways. But really, I mean, that was a nasty dip, and no one should be inside of that. That's gross. What else are we going to look at? The gains aren't even that great with the best case scenario for Doge at this point. I agree with you, but when you're talking reality to these people, people do not have a concept of reality anymore. Bonfire? Please tell me there's a crap coin called Bonfire. No, there's not. Ugh. You got me so excited. You got me so excited. Yeah, I mean, we should call them bonfire coins because they're on fire, as in burning a hole in your pocket and gone. Yeah. Market should do really well this week. There's going to be a lot. What's your thoughts on Graph? That's Graph, right? GRT? GRT, Tether. We are on the 4-hour. Oh, that is a lot of movement. And those are lower lows. But so let's just look at the levels we really want this to be at. I'm going to snap that straight across. It's trading sideways, but sideways and down, and that's a downtrend. I'd be concerned. I mean, it could consolidate, but that's nasty. That's nasty. That's not a good one to be in for our strategies, because that's a 42% dip over the course of a couple of days. Not a whole lot of ups. Let's look at the 1 hour. 1 hour is a lot better to look at for. No, that's the wrong tool. That does not look like you can really depend. If you could depend on it hitting the $1.72 zone frequently, but the problem is it does these run-ups and huge dips, so you end up holding bags. Anyone who bought over in these zones is going to be holding bags for quite a while. And with this downward slope it's doing, I don't think if you have a bag from up here, and I'm going to do this fun tool. If you have a bag from up here, I'm from Minnesota. I'm sorry if I pronounce that weird sometimes. I have to think about it. Bag. If you bought from up here, you've obviously never gotten there again. And hopefully you've DCA'd. But that's a serious DCA. If you have that, so if you bought, as sometimes the bot does, you're dealing with a 20% move here. So 10, 5, you'd still need like a 5% move up from around here. Yeah, that's a mess. Yeah, it is available on Coinbase. Just because things are available on Coinbase does not mean they're necessarily good. It just means Coinbase thinks it's going to make money off of you. Yes, it means that we don't have the worst of the worst projects, but it does not mean that you should depend on everything they add to actually do well. Case in point, like, I love Cardano. Cardano's a long hold, but it's now been, what, a month and a half, 2 months since it was added? Maybe a month and a half. And it's just now recovering to the point at which people sold it and bought it. I mean, people bought and sold at $1.80 on Coinbase. That price data is not available anywhere else except for Coinbase. I think this is the Coinbase chart. Like, $1.88. It is still, there is someone who bought it at $1.88, and they are still in the red. Ew. That's what happens. You got to be careful of when coins start being offered on the exchanges. You really do. I still have a bag. I still have my bag of one. Still, that's now about 5 weeks old or so. Yeah, I mean, that's the strategy of how you deal with those things is really up to you. What is one looking like? Harmony. One Harmony. Ha. I obviously did not like it. I've got a arrow going down and showing poop. Yeah, it was doing the same thing Raven did. This is following a very similar trajectory to Raven. it has relatively recovered from these points, but, 5 weeks ago, if you're talking about the end of March, it hasn't even gotten close. And that is a fairly nasty, to today, it's still a 30% or so move. 30%, you dollar cost average in, bring it to 15, bring it to 7.5, maybe 7. I mean, you're already talking. Anytime you're talking about like more than $2 cost averages, you're really starting to take up a lot of the portfolio just to rescue a single position. So these things are up to you. My bag of chills. I love chills. I wish I could get chills. Chilies. I really wish I could get it. Yep, that's doing the same pattern. Raven, Chiliz, and Harmony are all doing the same pattern. And it's a sideways, poopy poop sideways thing. It could get better. Things are going to pump. Things will be pumping in the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And a lot of these positions will probably go back up and hit another one of these really crazy pump periods and then go back to sideways movements. Sideways is good for us. We like sideways, but we like sideways within reason. We don't like sideways that have lower lows than everything else, because moments like this cause problems. When those two things are together, that causes real problems. So, yeah. Remove drawings. Goodbye. That looks like market discovery, finding its price after the first big pump. Yeah, I mean, Chiliz is an NFT market, and you have to be very careful about these things, because each time we have a bull cycle, there's some new piece of technology that is doing market discovery. The last bull cycle was ICOs. ICOs have not been around this market, I think many people would notice. NFTs, I think, have some really neat technology. I think that there is a possibility they'll be used in the future very widely, but there is no guarantee that these things are actually going to have price discovery anywhere close to where they are at the moment. And that the marketplaces will have any price discovery where they are. I know sporting NFTs, the athletic NFTs and such are a really big market right now, but we can't see 6 years into the future, 4 years into the future. We don't know if these things are actually going to have the same sort of market. A lot of things could happen that people just stop watching sports and participating. Vet is also sideways. Yeah, VeChain actually is, I think that's VeChain. Yep, VeChain actually has been doing pretty good. It's not totally sideways. It is doing higher lows. This baby is doing actually really good. This is something I'm playing with as a long-term hodl. I'm going to kind of play with this a little bit, because we are definitely in a different trend at this point. I think that I need to get better at using these. I need to watch some tutorial videos on how to better use these. We're in a form of a channel at this point, I think. I think we're probably in some sort of a messy channel like that. And that's nice. I like to see something like that. I like to see the higher lows and the higher highs. That's good. It's not really sideways at this point. I don't think there's any argument that it could be sideways. Maybe sideways from over here on the original pump, but I think this is definitely closer to a channel movement. And it's also got a nice little green dot over on the market cipher, a recent green dot. So that's on the 4 hour. You know, all these things are on the 4 hour. I don't like looking at the 5-minute charts, because those things will make you like have a brain aneurysm. So, yeah, I think we're doing good, guys. I think we had such a nice end of the weekend. Isn't it wonderful? Oh, yeah, my bag was created at 25 cents. Oh, yeah. Don't worry. Yeah, that was a couple days ago. That's not too bad. You'll be okay. The way this is moving, you'll be okay. What does green dot mean? Green dot is a buy signal on the market cipher indicator. This I am using, as you can see over here in the corner, the VMC Cipher B. It's the VUMANC Cipher B. And I use the regular market cipher A up here. That's also a VUMAN. Indicators, if you want to do and look through, you can find him VUMAN Chu. And those are the ciphers. Those are free versions of the market cipher. There's a couple of different free versions of the market cipher. Similar to, there's a lot of different versions of different indicators that you can use, and many of them become open and people do their own versions of them. This is just the version I look at. I've looked at a number of things. Sometimes I'm looking at a MACD. I use the free version of TradingView, so eventually maybe I'll pay for it. I'm paying for so many other things, though, at this point. But yeah, I like to see the volumes heading down, and this just basically goes through momentum and velocity and tells you this is where it should be going. This is a good point to buy. And like over here where it said this is a good point to sell, that nice red dot right there. And sometimes it's right. Going down, going down, going up. Yeah. And I look at those things on like the 4 hour and the day charts. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, so anywho, I am going to get my day started. If you guys have not already, make sure that you subscribe, hit that bell icon, get the notifications. I go live at 10 a.m. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays currently. I don't think that should change. My work schedule is stabilizing out, so hopefully I will be doing some actual standalone videos. I'm excited to get that started. But, you know, you start one place, you go to the next. Do subscribe. Do hit the like. Hit those likes. There's a bunch of you watching right now. Hit those likes. Get these videos out to other people. Thank you guys for tuning in. Enjoy your day. Get outside. Get some fresh air. Enjoy yourselves. And, yeah, I will hopefully see you Wednesday, 10 a.m.